Greetings, everyone. Please give a moment to make sure everything's set on. Going. Twitter's. Oh, you say Twitch is. And looks like Rumble is going as well. So I think everything is going good. Oh wait, I just realized something. We have some hard drive space. Do AoE. Free up some hard drive space. Go. That freed up 200 gigs. I just need to double check my other computer. Oh, and also disable OBS preview. Now check my other computer. Yep, and it looks like everything's good to go. So let's go and get started. Got some replays. Let's just do some 1v1s before we do some 2v2s. And just start from the top. I need to something over here. I want to see the YouTube account. That ain't good. This replay may be broken. I also did not restart my computer before I started the stream. Well, looks like it's working fine. Enough. And I can't click on the minimap. There it goes. I'm just out of it today. Greetings everyone, and Grid here for another HPower's free replay. Spawn on the top left side as the blue French. We have Raj Singe, I think. On the bottom right side as the red Germans. We have Pizdaria. Got some idle villagers here and some bison not being claimed. Villagers still idle. There we go. Spend more time microing your villagers, not spend time chatting. When it comes to natives on this map, there is a Cheyenne settlement, which do give you access to the Cheyenne Rider, as well as the Cree settlement, which do give you access to the Cree Tracker and the Corus de Buis. The name of the explorer is very important. We do have George, spelled funny, Nagdakal. Could be randomly generated, or could not be randomly generated. Okay, bit of racism. Oh god. That's maybe a bit interesting.
Bonjour.
And of course we have
Oui, votre ordre?
Rene de Champlain, and that may be also randomly generated as well. We got some interesting banter between the two players. Allegedly. JK. That's what makes any joke, right? You just say JK after everything. Got quite a bit of wood being collected by the German. He's going for a mix of food and wood. He doesn't have a deck selected just yet. The French does have deck selected. Standard. Villagers, economic theory, villagers, wood, coin, crossbows, Sensusis, ranged infantry hit points, hussars, and cavalry hit points, advanced arsenal, wood, coin, team, Bralosaurus Sangalis. I'm familiar with this card. Is ranged infantry additional damage and gives French a little bit more damage and Husua. Are Husua influenced by the French? It's weird. French and Husua get additional hit points. Why Husua? I can see the French being his own faction. But why the Husua? Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Thoroughbreds, Gerblivolu System. I have no idea pronouncing these words, and Factory. And he's merely getting hunting dogs. We got settler wagons, food, coin, and infantry hit points. Dick. So name of deck is that? Hand infantry attack, hand infantry hit points, Ulans, cavalry hit points, lance connects, chests of coin, Sharn horse perform, skirmishers, Ulans, Jaegers, Bosniks, mercenary loyalty, so he does have that. Mercenary improved mercenary, so we got mercenary decks, circle army, the circle of Ossus, set of wagons, robber barons, guild artisans, Potsdam giant, ships regiment of giant Grant grenadiers, mercenaries instead of Ulans. And you get additional giant grenadiers, Habsburg allies, infinite, and Wetton allies. So we got a handful of natives, as well as mercenaries, heavy Saxon cavalry, Saxon Cuirassiers, that is definitely the natives, and tactical Austrian musketeers get line infantry, which I believe both of their profile picture was line infantry, right? Got the quartermaster now being researched, and the quartermaster being researched. Couple housing going up for the French. Scouting around. The French is going for a massive wave of shipments, so maybe I'm in some sort of eco play. Germans right now still, of course, aging up. Getting out hunting dogs, blunderbuss, and a very fine coat. Stable going up, not big surprise. The French tend to go for stables, but he's fighting against Germans, who also can get free Ulans of every shipment. And the shipment's a bit more expensive, so not necessarily free. So we could see some additional Ulan stuff. You need some more housing. There's a house going on up. So now you can bring in a shipment of something. Lance connects are... So you get 4 Lance connects mercenaries for 250 coin. That seems a little bit weak to me. Unless they're like some sort of ×2 mercenary. Like they take 2 population housing each. Can't say without how the Lance connects are. Now let's go some more Ulans. Barracks now going on up. Howdy. Thank you. Shipment not been selected there. The French is eyeing for a round of Hussars. He's noticed to fight against French, and maybe not half bad idea to either go for musketeers or for pikemen. The chance of fighting against an early Hussars against versus the French is very likely. The French is going for a chest of coin and chest of wood. And the German is eyeing for a hand of a number of settler wagons, which will of course include 2 Ulans. The Ulans will be useful versus the Hussars. They're more or less a classic Canadian version of the Hussars. They have less health but more DPS. Navajo Scout is doing a good job with the French. We do have the 2 Ulans here, which is simply just not enough. Maybe combine with the militia, that'll be plenty though. For a short amount of time, we do have a round of pikemen coming on out. Very nice. Keeping some pikemen back as base would be very handy. Blue Scout push way forward. We do also have a Haudenosaunee Tomahawk. Uses hand weapons at range! Exclamation point. I don't know why, the exclamation point really sells it for me. Ulans push way forward, trying to set up wagons. They do have, of course, increased health. Ulans push way forward. Hussars do take out a settler wagon. 2 settler wagons going down. The German players not paying enough attention. I got the... Oh, this is not good. He just lost a massive number of settler wagons. And a handful of villagers. Right now he has 4 settler wagons, so I'm assuming that's going to be 18 villagers versus 20. And the French villagers, of course, higher quality. So he lost a massive number of villagers there. Pikemen now falling back. Got the villagers picking some pot shots there. The native scout last time we saw was socking a lady in the face. Uhlans have gone down. Pikemen will just pursue the Hussars. And now there's another wave of Uhlans that must be the shipment. Yes, it is. Got a wave of pikemen as well. There's the scout trying to punch a pikeman. After all, he thinks his fists are better than a giant pointy stick, and he shall be sorely mistaken. Some of the games split off, but that should be fine. The pikemen are a counter unit. Very good versus cavalry, as well as structures. Their siege damage is actually quite high, so they're a good unit if you just want to torch some buildings quickly. Or relatively quickly. So they're a good support unit, but after all, they're a support unit, not a primary unit. The French does have another shipment available. He sees the pikemen. Maybe going with the shipment of crossbows wouldn't be half bad. They would, of course, do bonus damage to them. Not too much, though. I can push forward. I hear some gunfire that maybe some of the native wildlife being gunned down. The elk is getting gunned down. Pikemen push forward, eyeing to torch down the trading posts now. Over here, the Hussars push forward. There's 6 of them there. He may have gone for a shipment of Hussars. Yes, he did. Got a Uhlans here. Oh, he does find himself a pikeman there. Picks him off. Very nice. Pikemen trying to torch down the trading post. Uhlans rotating back over here. They are outnumbered. And I assume the Hussars will generally win 1v1 versus them. They're 150 versus 200 in resource costs. We got some land or Doppelin soldiers, which are a powerful AoE swordsman. They've got an excellent siege attack. They are 2 population and they cost 200 each, so they are expensive, but they're very good. If they can catch up in melee, because of course they are, I think, a halberdier variant where they move very slowly. Villagers falling back there. Now got age 3. The marksman, which should give him a round of skirmishers upon aging up. It's 1 shipment available, which he can get another perhaps wave of... Never mind, he's going for wood. We still got the Ordinatione Tomahawk there. Spearman. Oh, they need to engage, not be engaged. And they should report all these units. Hussars go down. He did lose one of the pikemen, so good trade for red. Or reaction time, however. Now got the Uhlans push way forward. He does spot a number of crossbows here. This is probably the perfect time for the Uhlans to engage. So there is a handful of musketeers, but I think the Uhlans should be able to overwhelm them, no problem. The Doppelin soldiers may want to head over here. They have a good melee attack. Getting some damage there. Uhlans do take out a villager or 2. And now engage the Hussars. Pikemen are not very good in overall melee compared to musketeers. And they will get gunned down as well. Yeah, musketeers have higher melee damage than pikemen. Pikemen are just simply a counter unit meant for the multipliers, which, given musketeers higher, also good multipliers in melee, they are actually very similar in melee against cavalry. They do also have melee resist as well as pikemen having melee resist. I think about the same amount of health. I forget the top of my head. Of course, they are a bit more expensive and they cost gold instead of wood, which actually is probably easier to obtain than wood, because wood collects a natural 0.5 rate, while coin deposits do collect a 0.6. Doppelin soldiers here should get some great damage on the Hussars, but they do not. And now they're engaging the musketeers. Overall, it seems like Doppelin soldiers, for their costs, not exactly too impressed by them. They have 10 attack with a good AoE. They have to rely on the AoE for any of their significant damage, but overall their DPS per population per unit of resources is actually slower than a Musketeer. In 1v1 or 2v2, Musketeers actually may win versus Dolphin Soldier, or in the AoE. Ulan's push way forward, crossbow's getting overran, and it's not looking good for the German. The French now bringing some Falconets. The German player is not going for Lanzknechts, as well as more pikemen. Barracks does go down. Let's see how effective those 4 Lanzknechts will be. Probably not very. Housing slowly being torched down. Crossbows are not very good at sieging. Hussars are reasonable, same with Musketeers. And now some of the settler wagons are going to be under fire. He's not going for a shipment of Dolphin Soldiers as well, which I don't think will be too useful against all the Musketeers. There's the Lanzknechts. The Lanzknechts do have great health and great attack, but they're here in small numbers. They're going to have a bit of trouble, and they don't have AoE like Dolphin Soldiers. Falconets push way forward, Dolphin Soldiers push way forward. These guys actually pretty stacked on up, so they could get some great AoE attacks here. Falconets do try to retreat them back. They do have not great movement speed. The various melee forces will hit them. And they're getting unleashed there. Needs to really hit down that other Falconet. The Dolphin Soldier does get a kill there. This one will go down. These forces are falling back. Oh, they have a charge attack with an AoE effect. Okay, that's a bit more effective. And it does still do excellent damage. The Lanzknechts are reasonable. And now the Germans eyeing for a shipment of gold. And got a big wave of skirmishers, and that will hard counter the Dolphin Soldiers and the Lanzknecht. Training post will be torched down. There's a good number of skirmishers here now mixed on in. Skirmishers do have pathetically bad siege attack, like crossbows. 14 damage. 8. So less than a Musketeer, which is not veteran. Trading post now down. Red does have another trading post over here. And French now eyeing for a shipment of wood. No more villagers. Looks like I can just put on the pressure. It's a great economy. The German has lost a good number of villagers, and he has hardly rebuilt any of them. So not only has less villagers, they are lower quality as well. The French also has economic theory, so they're even more low quality. The German players also have pop cap, so it needs more villagers and wood. And these villagers not to be idle. More Dolphin Soldiers. Got some veteran Dragoons, which will be okay in this situation. Not great, because he's not fighting against anything that they will do bonus damage versus. I suppose a handful of Ulans. So I was trying to hunt down for some villagers. These Dolphin Soldiers are going to get some good AoE attacks. Not really though, honestly. Some are hitting the skirmishers, getting some good damage there. But they're simply not here in large enough numbers, and they're just getting annihilated. Musketeers do also have melee resist. And also the German player does back the game now. Even the Last of Us coin there. This is Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And before I get started on the next replay, I realized I left my computer room open, which has like my larger machine and all that sort, but it is making sound because I don't want to have my heat off, and I think my game may be crashing. So let that sit a moment and give me a moment. There we go. The game did not crash. Successfully. At least. Yeah, there's that one there. France versus the US of A. Greetings everyone, and Great here. Another Age of Empires 3 replay. Small on the north side as the blue French. We have Bourgeoisinge. And someone knows well, these guys are all in a square. Like the 9 of them were in a square. I don't know why, I find that amusing. And spawn on bottom left side, or bottom side as the red US of A, we have a foreign name. No deck selected just yet. And no deck selected as just yet as well. Let's keep the French player selected, then we'll switch to the US player, since the states will make a bit of a difference. Or name for the explorer, not Big Spice, and over here we've got Rene Dane Champlain, which is still sounds like a randomly generated name. For natives on the map, we've got the Cree settlement. The Cree settlement gives you access to some skirmishers that cost quite a bit in wood, and now realizing. And the Cree's Courier de Bois, which gave you some French villager variant, 5 of them. And the Cheyenne settlement, which gives you anti-cavalry cavalry. The general is trying to save himself a rifleman. No, getting that guy wouldn't be half bad. A rifleman is an early skirmisher. Put some holes in everything.
Oui. Prêt.
Granted, against the French tends to go for cavalry hussars early on, so probably wouldn't be too great. You can always kill some of these unbearable bears. Get some experience, or kill off some kitty cats for some wood. We do have deck selected for the French. We got standard. We got villagers, economic theory, more villagers, wood, coin, pike or crossbows, cent Suis, range infantry hit points, hussars and cavalry hit points, advanced arsenal, wood coin. Team Trellas Luars Singalis. I have no idea how to pronounce any sort of these names. Skirmishers, Costiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Thoroughbreds, Gribelov System, Factory. Why do you even try pronouncing any of these names? And we do have a foreign name for our deck. Got capitalism, Spanish immigrants, which can give you pikemen and a levy rather than Minutemen as a possibility, which they don't decay over time. Additionally, it does give you a experience trickle, which represents the fact that the Spanish gets shipments quicker. We've also got Wood Coin, Springfield Armory, Hamilton Economics, Virginia General Assembly, Russian American Company, Wood Coin, Regulars, 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, Continental Rangers, Carbine Cavalry, Buffalo Soldiers, Rolling Artillery, Pulse Calces Legion, Heavy Cannon, Auvergnes, Poker. Ships up to 3 random mercenaries in the saloon, and ships 13 random mercenary units. So it gives you 3 what's in the saloon, so you can I guess if I were to quote it, associate it with Texas Hold'em, the 3 mercenaries is your 2 cards in your hand, and the 13 is whatever the dealer deals out. That's my best way to describe it. And Kolvat's Legion, which can give you access to Magyar Hussars, which is a very powerful, was that mercenary or native? Now you get them from natives through the big buttons, but I'm not sure if that classifies native or mercenary. Going for the Spanish immigrants now, we do have the Quartermaster and Delaware. So he can deploy a saloon eventually and see before, I guess, age 4 and see what mercenary can get. And it says mercenary, now outlaw, so you don't have to get, you won't get dealt bad with a joker. And Delaware does give him access to the fertile lowlands, give him 2 or 6 semi-fattened cows and 2 homestead wagons. And we got Delaware Blues ships additional regular for each shipment you've already sent so far this game. So the longer you hold on that, the better.
Yes.
We do now have the outpost wagon straightforward. This here, if you go for 6 cows with have additional food, was that 200 food each? So that is 1,200 food that still needs to be collected at a decent rate. And 2 homestead wagons, which you could potentially get 1 livestock and 1 of something else. Howdy. Or should I say howdy, 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 since he said Salom 5 times. So shalom, Salom. I have no idea how to pronounce any sort of word. We do have now the French spearmen for that's not French, Spanish spearmen for the Terrico. Their siege attack is good. Their hand attack is still okay. Nothing too great. Musketeers will still beat them 1v1 combat and punching each other in the face. There's some sort of attack sound there. Oh, it's just the cougar trying to bite the villager. No offense. I have no idea how to read that. The spearmen are way over here. The 6 spearmen could torch down some structures. Remember, spearmen, they're a good support unit. They're good versus cavalry, but also good versus structures with their extra bonus damage. And don't spearmen usually have 32 siege damage? So I guess the Spanish variant has a little bit more torch damage. He will stab the villager. Does have only range resist, not melee resist. But he will get proliferated with a bunch of spears. So he will take out that one. The French villagers do actually have better melee damage, better melee DPS. These guys have 8 at 1.5 with actually 2 range versus 13 at 1.5. Yeah, French villagers, I think even regular villagers have better melee damage than these guys. But the Hussars, they're not good versus spearmen. This is literally the one good job that these guys can do, and that's the stab horseman. He does take out some of the pikemen there. Hussars before as they're trying to stab a villager. He did stab the villager, but not enough to kill him. So you make infection, but that only gets calculated at after the game ends. Got the inspiring flag ability there. And now got the state capital here. He's going for New Hampshire. And now he's going for statehood, which I forget large amount of those upgrades actually do. Can't remember off the top of my head. Fortress age not complete, which does give a handful of regulars, which will be useful for those hussars to kind of shoot them or punch them. Both are acceptable. Yes. And now got another shipment of pikemen there from the levy. And Delaware does give him access to some Napoleon guns, and able to be active the saloon. Wait a second. That can go along well with poker, right? Getting Napoleon guns from the saloon like that? Does have a villager there, very nice. So I can see why he went for Delaware, plus having a factor wagon H2 is not half bad, though it does cost 500. Rolling artillery in the way. 3 Gatling guns can be very nice. And his opponent's going for some crossbows. The French is not aged up yet, has plenty of coin to age up, needs a bit more food. Hussars pushing way forward over here.
Yes.
We do have a trading post wagon, which could be sniped. A scout could sock some of the horses in the face. Hussars only have average siege damage, so if it gets start building, it should be fine. It still has opportunity pass being torched down. Can't say I know the DPS of Hussars versus building trading posts all too well, but does pick up villager there. Very nice. 22 versus 19 so far. Of course, the US player has the age advantage. He could try eyeing for a second town center. Designed to push on forward with the Gatling guns. It's a sizable force now pushing way forward. Hussars do force the village inside the town center.
Orders?
The French explorer may assault his force if he's paying enough attention. Another villager goes down. This guy does come out while these guys are being forced on back. We got a number of forces here. The Gatling guns are hitting the stable at range. You may want to keep these guys back. Let the Gatling guns fire away at range. They do have excellent range, 24 range. And they will be very effective versus the crossbows and the musketeers. They do no bonus damage, only negative damage versus certain items such as cavalry and shock infantry. Maybe a good idea for the regulars to be on hold ground next to the Gatling guns and let the pikemen help torch down. Trying to push away forward, hit the... Does he got one of the Gatling guns? And he's not properly moving some of his forces there. Gatling guns, 2 of them are still alive. Pikemen getting some good hits there. Musketeers firing away. Gatling guns need to start focusing on the infantry. Another Gatling gun there. Relatively poor control there by the US player. Yeah, those Gatling guns were horrendously controlled there. They had to target infantry, not the cavalry. As you saw there, they did 25% less damage or 75% less damage versus cavalry.
Yes.
Got a pair of blockhouses there. Going for a pair of stables as well. Blockhouses will be very nice because you get 2 free barracks as well as they can shoot. You guys also have a frontier outpost there. Oh yeah, the Russian-American company gives you guards status, right? Or frontier blockhouse to active. This also improve the hunting rate of villagers by 30%, which is actually not bad. New ones, I don't see it being all too useful at the moment. And I was going for the Napoleon guns. It's also collecting quite a bit of coin there. If he would have gone for Indiana, he could have got the free age up. However, he would not be able to do the combo with the Napoleon guns and poker. Granted, it says 3 random mercenaries from the saloon, and I won't be able to see what mercenary units you can get because I don't. Replay system does not allow you to see what's there. If the game is live, you can actually see what's there, but not in the replay system. Really annoying in my opinion. If somebody knows how to work around that and fix that, so I can see stuff in these production structures, that would be great. I want to see what they're currently building, not what they can build.
I'm ready.
More musketeers, more hussars, got more regulars being blown out. I was fencing down south. This settlement still could be built by the French. Hussars push way forward. More spearmen here. He does run by. Napoleon guns do have good damage versus infantry. 75 times 3, so that would be 225. That should be a one-shot almost every infantry unit. With a little bit of AoE to go along with it. Case shot attack, not sure when that gets triggered. Well, when it gets into closer range, because it's the 11 range for the anti-structure attack, and 23 range for the not anti-structure attack. Or maybe this is just anti-ship. I have a feeling that it's meant for ships at close range because this probably has a minimum range, while this has a maximum range of the 11. While this one will just take over at minimum range on ground targets. But that's just a guess.
Orders.
Settlers falling back. Got inspiring flag
Yes.
somewhat nearby. Red's falling back here. Hussars getting some good hits there. One of the Hussars to go down. These guys, their case shot does less damage versus cavalry, but their long range attack does not. Gain some good damage there. The case shot attack 7 times 7, so 49, with a big AoE effect. Got another Rangers.
Yes.
Train cover wagon. So it looks like the US player is trying to eye to build a cover wagon. Over here, we got the marksman now research for the French. He's starting to age up himself. He should have some falconets, could be very useful. Hazar singular does get gunned down there. He can perhaps get himself his own cougar to fight along with him. French villagers falling on back there. First, you see a bit of fire there. Pikemen will do some good damage. Carving cavalry, not so much. Regulars, average. Regular damage. Napoleon guns are pushing way forward, trying to hit the various infantry forces, gain some hits there. He has aged up, and he's got those falconets. Hussars front forward. He does find melee into spearmen and regulars, so that's not a good engagement there by the cavalry. They will be killed off there. Napoleon guns needs to start hitting center mass on these villagers. He's trying to go into melee mode with his hussars. Very good. Regulars should just stand there and fire. Trying to annihilate those musketeers with the Napoleon guns. The close range canister shot should still probably be able to one-shot the musketeers. Trying to focus it down. Crossbows do go down there. One Napoleon gun does go down. Does have good rate of fire. Being a light cannon. A leather cannon variant. Crossbow's gonna go on down here, but the US player has most of it there. Another round of hussars there, which are not good versus the regulars. He has poorly controlled his force there and does lose Napoleon gun a little bit needlessly. Even if he stood there and fight, he would have been very fine. All you need to do was micro the Napoleon gun. Musketeers don't care what they shoot at. Carbon cavalry, they sort of do. They prefer fighting against heavy cav, in which most of the time the hussars were already dead, so microing the carbine cavalry was not really important. And now I got these carbine cavalry's going down.
Yes.
We got another round of rolling artillery, bringing another 2 Gatling guns. The last time he can get out will be 1. I really wish this icon there would have, like, the first one has ×3, the next one has ×2, the next one had ×1. Because I really don't like the fact that it just says 1, and it can only be sent 1 time. Regulars push way forward with a Gatling gun in tow, but they don't really have a good enough escort. That's not enough regulars.
Orders?
Outpost wagon trying to be employed on the field. Having trouble. There it goes. This player has another shipment available. Maybe go for the factory right now. He has enough resources for it. An early factory to get some food generation, help him age up, wouldn't be half bad. He's going heavy in coin. He wants to get out poker, I'm guessing. How much is poker either way? It's 3,500. That's expensive. So it gives you 16 mercenary. And we do know one of the mercenaries, 1 times 3 of the mercenary could be those Napoleon guns, which is not half bad. Now I'm going for the 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, giving me out some state militia and regulars. State militia wouldn't be half bad. He's trying to get some musketeers in composition. But really, state militia are basically a crossbow variant rather than a skirmisher variant. And he just utilized his levy once again, probably for another round of pikemen. Here's play has an army of 41 here. The French has an army of 33, including 6 of 1 health militia.
Yes.
2 Gatling guns. No falconets. Going for some culverin, not bad. How much health does a Napoleon gun? Can it withstand a culverin shot? Or can culverins one-shot them? Was not paying enough attention about that. Wasn't thinking about that. More skirmishers, more musketeers, more hussars, more dragoons. The French going for a nice mixed army. This player,
At attention.
most are just going for regulars. And looks like Terroricos do not get guard status. US player trying to push his way forward. It's good number of pikemen to hit the dragoons. His regulars are veterans. Skirmishers are, of course, a good anti-heavy cav and good versus the carbine cavalry. Has to be very careful with Gatling gun. Gatling gun got a pretty good shot there. Culverin firing away, not an important target there. Gatling gun has 150 health. The Culverin should be able to one-shot it. Yeah, doing 160 damage. Uhlans or Hussars overrun the Gatling gun there. This player's trying to fall back, but I don't think he's going to really successfully retreat. He may want to send the pikemen to engage in melee. It's going to take a large amount of damage on retreat. Did not have the inspiring flag on the front line. There's another wave of forces there. He should be fine now. More fine at least. Dragoon's trying to go on down there. Still got a handful of skirmishers there. More culverins, so probably gonna need to not pour them out. Any more Gatling guns? We've got Polskalski's Legion, giving 12 Uhlans. Which would be good against those skirmishers, but that's about it. Now he does an inspiring flag here. The general was about to go down. General down. And now he's just trying to get overhand, pulls back some of the villagers there. He does have a couple block houses and another town center here. He has 2 town centers at the moment and has the trading post here. Does not have maxed up Curies. But a wave of Hussars as well, so he's going to potentially get a big wave of cavalry. There's the Hussars as well, so now he has an army of 22 cavalry on the field. And that should be able to annihilate the skirmishers and the culverins. Great opportunity there. His anti-cavalry forces behind. Now he has a big wave of cavalry can just start pushing way forward. And maybe skip the engagement, go straight for his opponent's villagers. They're actually a bit exposed down there, but he does not know about them. Fog of War. The French does have 2 shipments available. He's going for the dragoons. Falconets may not be useful at the moment. There's a good number of skirmishers here. So the cavalry is having trouble engaging. Couple regulars here as well. More reinforcing musketeers. It looks like a blue will hold, but he has taken a bit of losses there. Still has some militia firing away with 1 health. Oh boy, that army is wounded. There's even a good number of wounded musketeers that just got gunned down by a couple units. Yeah, even though some skirmishers are very wounded. No, hardly any of that's militia that has 1 health remaining. Got another wave of carbine cavalry here. They're gonna get gunned down a little bit. These players are bringing a shipment of regulars, as well as going for some sharpshooters.
What is your command?
And some of these guys are actually being gunned down because they had no health remaining. Trying to hit some of these villagers here, but Dragoons or Carbon Cavalry do less damage versus villagers. They are switched to melee mode, which their melee attack does not do less damage. More Carbon Cavalry now being deployed on the field. Versus more Musketeers, Skirmishers, and Hussars. There's some units, military units here. I'm not sure if you were out.
What is your command?
The sharpshooters are right here.
What is your command?
Outpost gains some damage on these villagers, but does do 75% less damage. And there's a good number of exposed villagers here. Down here, we do have some exposed villagers. We've got a covered wagon here. That'd be Townsend number 3 for the US player. Another round skirmishers being shipped on in for the French. This player has spent some of his gold there. He may be eyeing to get enough food to age up. Looks like he's not eyeing. He may be eyeing to go aggressive. This coin deposit has been completely cleaned on up. We've still got this one on the field and this one over here. And additionally, the French has consumed the one that's right over here. This one here from the US player has also been consumed, so we're down to minimal amount of coin deposits, though this one still has plenty. And I've got some mill research. Looks like the US player is starting to get out some mills. And these forces will try and engage a handful of villagers. This player right now, it does have 46 villagers, queued up a large number of villagers as well. One has 47. It got sizable armor pushing forward, but not any threatening siege. Hussars being gunned down, over and taking some shots. Villagers over here getting gunned down as well. Outpost will have a bit of trouble for his force. He may lose some of these villagers here as well. He's forced to not kill off that villager in order to save this area. Dragoons particularly forward, they have really bad siege damage, and the outpost will do bone damage versus them. Sharpshooters push way forward. They do have right now 22 range, which is actually very significant. Musketeers getting gunned down. Dragoons engaging Carbon Cavalry. Carbon Cavalry going down. Now got the Culverins taking pot shots on the high ground. More Carbon Cavalry push way forward. Outposts still have plenty of health. At least one of them. I think the US player should be able to hold. He may want to bring in some militia. More sharpshooters have been pulled on the field. And Blue's going to be falling back, taking a bit too much damage there. Both outposts do stay alive. US player is at 49 villagers, one's at 48. One town villager counts a queue. The US player does have 3, but no villages building. I saw that he's trying to go for New Hampshire manufacturing, going for the factory wagon. Having to point out for just providing food would be very good. Price right now does have a good amount of food, small amount of coin. Need to find another coin deposit. This player's not collect this coin deposit here. This one's more or less in the sphere of influence. You know, let's just pop out pikemen to start stabbing the villagers. More French villagers not being queued on up. US player does get his factory out. No villagers currently queued on up. Estate wagon's been pulled on the field.
Orders?
And there's the factory wagon. More sharpshooters being pulled on out. Skirmishers right now doing 20 at 20 range at 144 health. Sharpshooters have 133 health and does 20 damage at 22 range. So less health, more range. I do believe he should switch the factory production to food. Got some various wagons. And now the explorer will go down there. There's a good number of exposed villagers here, French villagers. I think that maybe all of his villagers.
Votre ordre? Bonjour.
42, at least 80% of them.
Yes.
More sharpshooters here. I've got an army of 29 versus an army of 38. And some of these US villagers aren't going down now.
Yes.
These villagers need to run away. He does have some mills back here, which are being fully tasked. Milk's not getting some additional research to improve the food collection rate. Factory still set to coin. Maybe a good idea to go for Hamilton Economics. That make him a good amount of resources. I don't know how much though. And right now the US players are trying to really pump out villagers. The French are eyeing for some dragoons. Has a pair of falconets on the field. I would say falconets would be good, but honestly some of the upgrades for, say, cavalry or infantry hit points may not be half bad. Economic theory is not bad. A lot of good cards here. The US player does have no shipments available. Only has a saloon available. Housing going on up. I don't see a saloon. And now it's going for Springfield Armory. It'll take a bit of time to research everything, but give enough time, he will get everything for free. US players are really trying to just focus on villagers. More mill wagons. They do cost what? 400 wood, so they're not exactly a discount. They're just simply a quick to build them out without the need the aid of villagers. We do now have the Springfield Armory now going on up. Now it's a good time to queue up all the research. And honestly, that research rate is not that bad. For something that's free, that research rate is quite tolerable. Down here, we do have at least one French villager capable of steer with next to the US villager. It looks like both sides are going to be probably one final engagement. And that will probably decide the game. The arsenal on upgrades right now can be. Well, will put the US player ahead. I don't think the French has. Yeah, no, does not have an arsenal there. And he also is going for good number of plantations. The last one is in the US territory down here. Yep. Looks like that is the last coin deposit there, which the Hussars trying to stop. You can perhaps call in some militia here. The pikemen spawning out would be very nice. I guess he does not. Alright, push away forward over here with a good number of carving cavalry, sharpshooters. Over here, we've got a handful of veteran musketeers and dragoons with some skirmers in the back line. The falconets can be very deadly in this situation. Buffalo, or the carving cavalry, taking fire first. The falconets don't do bonus damage for them. One of the falconets do go down. Carving cavalry just trying to focus on the falconets. Now they're going to try to. Also, focusing on the culverins not a good idea. Just focus on other infantry. Focus on the dragoons. Sharpshooters engaging at range. Most of the sharpshooters may be overkilling a little bit. The French player looks like he's having trouble there. 20 military units versus 32. So there's a good number of sharpshooters. Got another wave of dragoons here. So trying to build another round of skirmishers. He needs a second barracks, as well as more falconets. He has actually quite a bit of wood right now, but he can't invest in anything. Overruns actually need some decent splash hits there onto the sharpshooters. He's forced to push way forward, trying to gun down everything. Another round of sharpshooters push way forward. A good pass to finish off the general. General down. And all the culverins being focused down. Also, what the French player should probably get on the wave is not dragoons, but hussars. He's finding consistently mostly sharpshooters. His skirmishers can take out the dragoons for the carving cavalry, and then his hussar can charge forward and hit over on the sharpshooters. He's trying to push way forward, so torching down this infrastructure. Granted, none of this stuff is very good for structures, but he is finding his reinforcements of stuff. Now the Spanish or the US player should eye for some Spanish pikemen help with torches. Dragons do 29 damage at 12 range. These guys do 24 damage at 14 range, 225 health versus 270. So dragoons are higher health. And these guys do actually have slightly higher attack speed as well. Yes. But poorly. Either way, that is the end of the replay. Looks like the French player does back out the game. This is Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I'll continue, load. Greetings everyone, Anagrade here. Another HBARS 3 replay. It's on the right side as the Red Dutch, who have Klaus 117. Bottom left side as the Blue Ottomans, who have Pugo Play. And something I noticed as well, the scroll speed is once again sort of bugged out. And there we go, much smoother for our replay, or casting. I'm sort of mumble my words a little bit. Is it the game audio too loud, or is it just my voice not adequate? He does go ahead and get the trading posts, both of these being built there, so investing his wood into it. He does, of course, have some food barrels here. So he is investing all his wood in those trade posts, which is a bit expensive, but he may need out some villagers onto wood in order to collect up the to get a house out. My apologies. We've got some of these hippos here, some of the deadliest animals in the world. Recreational balls for 190 experience.
Commando?
Some honey badgers do go down, and will claim himself fancy leather sandals. Need a new pair of shoes. Duchess Taz off the deck. We got Mort with a all in capital and a 0. Lowercase 0. Got Merchants, Bank of Amsterdam, Town Militia, Woodwood, Pikemen, Infantry Attack, Infantry Hit Points, Bank Wagon, Religious Freedom, Irish Brigadiers, Wood Coin, Halberdiers, Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Hussars, Routiers, Cavalry Combat, Advanced Artillery, Heavy Cannon, Tulip Speculation, Factory, and Belon the Hitman. Send some Akanovos and allows to train them from native embassies. If you can build +3 and also gain +3 native embassy Travises. Huh. It also sets to active and champion set to obtainable. So you get guard these native musketeers. And we've got Kirm. Got villagers, city defenses, Woodwood Coin, Azaps, Palace Intrigue, Wood Coin, Janissaries, Zine Fusiliers, Sapahis, Albus Guns, Falconets, Fort, Moss Construction, Ire Bosniks, Azaps, Uleli School, Sapahis, Cavalry Archers, Albus Guns, Great Bombards, Factory. The people playing is the Ottoman player Pugio Play and the Dutch player Klaus117. I'm probably butcher their names like I do with any other name in this game. Honey Badger down. Red maybe will steal that treasure. Red stole it. Does get the 25 wood there. And even takes a pot shot against the opposing explorer. How rude. Bank is going on up. And the Dutch or the Ottomans just aged up. Has 2 shipments available. He may be eyeing for a fast fortress age. The Dutch has the quartermaster being selected. Has 1 shipment available. Not sure what he will go for. Somebody just got gunned down there. Not sure what it was. And now he's going to bring a shipment of wood. We do have the mosque here. Don't need to get the villager. He is at pop cap. Which he should not have gone for the gold shipment. He should have gone for the wood shipment to get out housing. So that is been an oversight, I will say, by the Ottoman player. And there should be enough coin to age up now. He had 300 in the bank, and that was 700 to split on the field. When I say in the bank, I don't mean this bank. You have now the bank being deployed on the field. Not bad. And there it goes. Now it's clicking up the rest of the... Yeah, that's just looks like clicking up the giraffe. His wood shipment's still on the way. He's still only at 11 villagers. His opponent's at 17 and has some banks on the field. So I don't think the Ottoman player is doing all too well. Not getting out any housing for the free villagers. As his primary economic advantage is the free villagers. He does also have the Imam and this Sudanese Dervish. Sudanese Dervish is native, so doesn't take any population space. And the meat Imam is also, it does take 1 population space. The cat will go down. This will give him 100 experience. He's an Origins of the Universe. Only 100 experience for that? What a ripoff. There we go. He has plenty of wood right now. Now it's finally getting some housing there. Yep. He may want to go... at this point in time, he's aging up. Maybe it should have been a good idea to not spend all the wood and maybe get a second town center up in the next age. Go for 2 houses into a town center.
جاهز.
He does have 2 shipments available. At this point in time, he has really nothing. And maybe a good idea to go for the fort. Mosque Intrigue or Mosque Construction. All unique Ottoman mosque improvements cost 50% less. Maybe pretty good at this moment. Because I don't think he's gotten any sort of mosque research whatsoever. He is going for the fort and more wood. But his villager count is severely behind due to the fact he went for the gold shipment before the wood. He should have canceled the gold and go straight for the wood, in my opinion. Right now, the Dutch economy is more than double than his opponent. He has 20 villagers versus 12, and have 2 banks. Each one of these banks is basically, what, 3, 4 villagers? Each one of these villagers right now collecting up a nice 69 coin. Well, these are providing both 2.75. So yeah, that's closer to 4 villagers, isn't it? More than 3, closer to 4. With my off... Why is there 5 envoys here? Why are there 5 envoys right there? Yeah, that must have been a misclick. So he has these 5 envoys going to sock this explorer. Or trying to sock the imam. After all, that's what envoys are supposed to do. Politicians are supposed to punch a holy man. This is what it means by separation of church and state. While I'm watching these players, sorry, I just saw your comment. I basically just download the replays off of Discord, and I just go through pre-recorded replays. Trying to spectate anything in Age of Empires 3 is not exactly fun, due to the fact how many times it just airs out. So I tend to just be generous and collect anything any replay I can get from the various Discord and various replay sites. Or a replay site, I should say. And I like to go into these replays blind. Well, we're now with the Explorer trying to torch down the trading post. We'll take a bit of time. Envoys, they're meant to speak to people, not to torch down buildings. But now there's some Routier here, which also have pathetically bad siege damage. This game is just going weird, isn't it? You now got some Dutch mortars being put on the field, which should be very effective here. We've got a Ottoman town center here as well, which will be good for producing villagers for free, doubling his villager queue. Going for some obelisk guns, mortars, and some good damage there. The mortars do less damage versus artillery, and to actually, do they do full damage for 30 damage, full damage to infantry? I guess they do. 1 mortar does go down there, and he is taking out obelisk guns with mortars. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Shipment of obelisk guns got deployed on out now. Going for some cavalry archers now. He has the militia here. As archers now pulled on the field. They're decent mounted archer. They're trying to engage the mortars, which they are doing in melee. Their hand attacks are not... It's double damage versus artillery, but the hand attacks score 7, so 14 damage versus artillery is not exactly great. Now engage the Routier and the Explorer. Explorer's down. Routier down. Now we got the mortar now being engaged. Villagers pushing their way forward for some odd reason. Villagers are best use a melee mode. Their melee attack is 10, and the range attack is 3 with half the rate of fire. Now I got these hippos being killed off there, which will provide him 190 experience. Going for the moss construction there. He is at pop cap at the moment, can get more villagers out. He does have 200 wood there. I would say put them both in the houses. And now bring in the Sunnis Red Trade. So he has gone for the trading post down here. The Sunnis Red Trade should allow him to get access to... I forget what exactly it was. First one, ships 1C Red Sea Wagon. Constructs almost all buildings. Ships additional Red Sea Wagon for every 5 minutes pass. So 2 more. So 3 got sent. Not bad. Which I'm not sure what he's planning to do with them. There's Red Sea Wagons. At least 2 of them. Maybe I'm for some sort of proxy structures. Mortars pushing forward with a handful of routier to escort. Mortars will make short work of the fort. There's an Imam inside of it. The Imam can't heal a fort. Even though it's becoming very holy. Now it's the opposite of holy. A pile of rubble. Yeah, casting replays is a thing I like to do. It's one of those things where it's a bit more laid back than actually playing the game yourself. And you can take a bit more of a cool, calm look and see how 2 players play the game, whether it be good or bad. I sort of got introduced to this whole style of like commentary from like earlier casters, such like Husky Starcraft and General's Gentleman. Got the militia up on a field. The militia got hit by a bunch of mortars. Routiers push forward. Cavalry archers and routier do relatively similar damage. Got some Nazim Fusiliers. Right now they're in the regular attack mode, gives bonus damage to heavy infantry at range. Now they're going to melee mode, which does give them, of course, a musketeer variant, so they get bonus damage as cavalry, and they will be reasonable there. We've got some veteran halberdiers now also stabbing the back, so they will get overran there. The secondary town center is going to be torched down and exploded. All exploded by the mortars before it gets torched down. And there goes all the town center there. Villagers do get gunned down there. We've got some villagers up here with some housing. We do got the artillery foundry here and the outpost as a proxy. Interesting. Probably would have been better to go for a proxy stable or barracks against the villagers. Not necessarily artillery foundry. Albus guns do less damage versus villagers. 70% less damage versus villagers. So they're not exactly a good proxy unit to hit your opponent's economics.
Klaar. Commando?
Commando.
Moss now taking some fire there. Routier pushing forward. Got the falconets here. The Routier should be able to pick them off, no problem. Got the militia out on the field as well. Last of the falconets to go down. Got some obelisk guns here. And looks like the Autumn player does back the game as well. Very questionable decisions there by the Autumn player overall. By the way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Is this replay bugged? Is it going to load? Yep, looks like it's going to load. Not though so great though. Did I do this one? I may have done this replay. No, I don't think I've cast these guys in a while. And of course, this problem again where it doesn't remember that I like to keep my scroll speed down to a minimum. There we go. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and great here. Another H-Bars 3 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the blue Portuguese with Gustavo.fb. Spawn top right side as the red French. We have Captain Mazen. On this map, there's actually quite a bit of number of herdable sheep. You can lead these sheep to glory and not to the slaughter, right? Got the Seminole Sharktooth Bowmen, which are an archaic archer variant. Short range of high attacks, so sounds like they have good DPS. Can't really say it's sure off the top of my head. And we got the Carib settlement, which is probably common. Most people know how to fight against them thanks to the campaign. Since the whole campaign mission, we just fight hundreds of these guys. Use cavalry. An anti-infantry unit. The Portuguese player has selected a deck, so let's go and go over it. We do have Federitas, Town Militia, Economic Theory, Wood Coin, Crossbows, Musketeers, Gunpowder Infantry Attack, Advanced Arsenal, Fencing School, Engineering School, Spice Trade, Wood Coin, Halberdiers, Constable, Musketeers, Cazadors, Dragoons, Dragoon Combat, Organ Guns, Fort, Heavy Cannons, Factory. And for the French, no active deck just yet. So some sheeple up here, and here, and here. Still a good number of sheep on the map. I tend to find that the natives, native civilizations tend to have better uses for the sheep, because you can get a free farm on aging up, and then you can use that farm to fatten up your stuff, as well as to get increased food income. You have no deck selected. We've got the Latak. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Couriers, Economic Theory, more couriers, Wood Coin, infantry, range, infantry hit points, Hussars, for hand cavalry hit points, Wilderness Warfare, Edicts of Knots, Wood Coin, Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Refrigeration, War Couriers, Thoroughbreds, Heavy Cannon, Factory.
Votre ordre? Kakak.
Blue does find another sheep there. Red could potentially claim the sheep, but blue may claim it. And now it's going for Economic Theory. Does go and take out one of the swamp puppers. And it looks like red's going to be punching that native. French is going for the Quartermaster. And his opponent is going for the Philosopher Prince. This alligator will go down. And you get a bit of food there. The Portuguese player has gone for Federitas, so now it gives each of his town centers basically 1 resource per second permanently, which is 50, 25, 25, or 24 I should say. And additionally, like, he's probably going to go for the age up to the second fall in the second town center because it's Portuguese. There's a cover wagon there. Use up some villagers there. We got this explorer or native scout punching some stuff. Apparently he missed against the sheep. The scout does 75% less damage versus villagers, so it'll probably literally do 1 damage versus villagers.
Hold on.
Villagers do also have inherent melee resist. Well, I think the French ones actually have it unique against range resist.
sua ordem. Sim.
One pirate remains. He could use probably another crack shot against him to kill him off. Shipment of wood for the Portuguese. The Portuguese heavily going for villagers. Going for a shipment of coin. By the time he gets done collecting that up, he will probably have enough for aging up. He's probably going for a fast fortress. The French is going for a stable. Being aggressive is going to be very useful against Portuguese. You could try mixing some pikemen to go along with it if you want to siege down the town centers. But having two town centers nearby and chance for militia coming out is very likely. He does have the town militia ability, which gives his towns could potentially get his town centers plus 50% damage. So it should be able to protect themselves pretty easily, as well as bring conscription if needed. And we actually got a barracks and church not being blown up. There's still sheep over here. And up here as well.
Preparado.
Chocolate. Gave him 100 coins worth of chocolate. Yep, he does have enough coin now to age on up. Just needs a little bit more food and age up. They probably cancel. Nope. And there we go. He canceled some villagers there to age up. He's going for the Ethiopian Queen. Oh, not familiar with that one. Don't think it will give him another town center. It may. He has a shipment available. He could try eyeing... Not sure what he should eye. Maybe a defensive fort or organ gun, since it's eyeing for more of eco play. His opponent right now is going for blunderbuss. We don't see any hussars on the field. He can now age up himself. He's going for the bishop, which will allow him to move diagonally a little bit better. Luckily, his opponent is diagonal from his own base. So he should win the game, right? Red Scout's going to try to punch the Explorer, and he will punch harder back.
Oui.
Portuguese player does have one shipment. As mentioned beforehand, organ guns or the fort will probably be both good. So he may want to eye for some military units, unless there's something on the Ethiopian Queen that would give him a bit more transformative selection. I don't believe so. The Portuguese players at 21 villagers, the French at 23. Well, I think they went for the fact the 7 extra villagers there, while the Portuguese did not. And that does give him a covered wagon. Okay. So now you have 3 town centers, all of them pretty close to each other. Or maybe not so close right there. And now he does see the hussars there. This covered wagon may want to fall back. There's a good chance he can easily get overwhelmed. And if he gets on top of the scaffolding, he does not get on top of scaffolding, so it does not interrupt the deployment there. But let's see how quickly it can be torched down. Looks like he may be out-torched from the damage. Now we got some of the elite Shotel warriors from the age up. Shotel warriors are shock infantry. They do have bonus versus light infantry, however, they're not fighting against light infantry. Shotel warriors will lose versus hussars in 1v1 combat, but it will allow them to stay this town center, who did take quite a bit of damage there. Has another 15 seconds. Trying to take out that hussar there, but it looks like he's failing to hit. There you go, one hussar does go down. The town center should be saved. Now we got the Dreaded Dragoons push way forward, which will be able to gun down these hussars no problem. Town center is now complete. He has no villagers queued up, nor anything at the moment. It has a shipment available. His opponent does have a shipment as well. Just going for villagers, bring some skirmishers. He has aged up himself now. Now bringing out a number of the cuirassiers. And we got the cover wagon here.
Votre ordre? Prêt.
Okay, so they're just going to be clicking up that deer. Just herd them towards this town center area.
Oui.
Ah, this side again, the map gets deer. This side of the map gets a mix of mostly turkey. Is there? No, never mind. They both have the same food storage either way, or food capacity. Sorry, I just overthought of something.
Votre ordre?
We're heading down south. Got a number of dragoons here. Going for the trade post now. So both sides have 2 trade posts. This does get us 3 organ gun shipment. And now got a number of skirmishers here and got the veteran cuirassiers. Right now they have 500 health, repopulation cavalry, AoE effect. They should be able to run the organ guns no problem. The skirmishers will probably be taken out. We got these veteran dragoons to engage these cuirassiers, but they are pretty heavy and they do have a bit of range resist as well. Portuguese players now bring in 3 villager queues at 34 villagers versus 29. They should start skyrocketing villager count. Explorer down. French stable going on up. Has a church here as well, so it's 2 stables and 1 barracks.
Votre ordre.
The organ guns will be very effective versus the veteran skirmishers. The organ guns do less damage versus all cavalry and shock infantry. But they will report those skirmishers no problem with a volley of 6 times 33, so that's basically 200 damage.
Ordre.
And these guys have 144 health.
Prêt.
Got a mixed force here of various cavalry units. Oh, he's building out sheep. He has a livestock pen. Not bad. I like to see unusual stuff. Does get the faster fattening livestock. 1 villager does go down there, so now he does have livestock available, as well as a priest here to heal up these horses. Thank you. Some of these sheep are, or at least one of the sheep are, yeah, 3 sheep are fully fattened. These ones may have been fully fattened as well. That should give them excellent food source. It's better to throw a large number of villagers on the sheep. After all, they do still have the decay effect. The villager does get gunned down there, but he does have some spares. 44 versus 33 villagers. Got a number of veteran halberdiers to engage the cavalry. Organ guns will make short work of the skirmishers. The halberdiers may want to engage the cavalry. Organ guns may get overran, but the halberdiers engage the cavalry now, which is not going to be good for French. He's going to lose quite a bit here. He may want to bring the militia out here. Veteran dragons get some good damage there. These guys are heavy cav. More dragons push forward. Halberdiers driven by the cavalry force there. I think all the organ guns have gone down, but he's taking quite a bit less than the cavalry, but he doesn't have anything to pursue it, and the skirmishers are not able to engage freely. Now that the French players are for a round of skirmishers, there's a militia there, a little bit late. But he will go and take out the skirmishers there. It looks like the militia are taking the hits on the skirmishers is actually pretty good for the dragoons.
Qual é sua ordem?
And these halberdiers have very little health remaining. He still has a priest alive that could be good. Oh, got the culverts here. They have their weird wood covers there. More organ guns not being deployed on out. Brings in the falconets, not bad. And now we got the scout punching the French villagers.
Prêt.
Doing staggering 2 damage per hit, or more like 1.25.
Bonjour. Oui.
Give enough time, that villager will kill off a villager. After shanking a villager 200 something times. Got this cavalry pushing forward. And these forces are a little bit out of the way. Villagers getting hit there. Dragoons push way forward. Dragoons versus Dragoons, but these villagers getting hit there. These villagers need to fall back. And there's a French town center there. We sort of try picking that off.
Prêt. Oui.
The Explorer will go down, no problem.
Je suis blessé. Je ne peux pas bouger. Prêt.
And now we've got a fort being blown in the field. This one does have a pair of falconets, so if he acts quick enough, he may be able to pick off the fort while it's building. Bullhorns do have a bit of damage versus building, so maybe just want to have him shoot. And currently right now, he's on top of the scaffolding. And there you go, the fort is now being built. Skirmishers, falconets, trying to push way forward. The fort has 1,000 health at the moment. Another cavalry here. Dragons engaging the skirmishers. Forts do get a good volley there. Council will go down. The culverins need a target towards the falconets. And also the fort has been destroyed there. Does take out that falconet there.
Votre ordre.
Another falconet does go down. Cavalry engagement in melee.
Prêt.
Got a good number of organ guns here.
J'ai repris des
Of course, they'll have trouble with the infant cavalry. Looks like all the heavy cav are starting to go down there. Culverins being picked off there. It looks like Red does get forced back. I do hear a bit of a sound bug starting to develop there, so after this game, I will need to restart the game. Now I got some more dragoons there, more skirmishers being blown on out.
Prêt. Votre ordre.
Right now, the French has 2 councillors, 41 villagers, while the Portuguese will have 55 villagers and 3 town centers still. Neither side's behind to age up anytime soon. You now have the 8 Cossadors, as well more Halberdiers. Halberdiers have great siege attack, as well as able to keep his artillery from getting overran. A good number of the organ guns have gone down there. Cuirassiers is starting to go down. But Dragoons are not doing all too well either. Got a good number of red Dragoon or skirmishers here. Taking out the blue Dragoons, no problem. Halberdiers push way forward. They do have good melee attack, but they will have a bit of trouble because the skirmishers do bonus damage versus them.
Preparado.
And now we do have the veteran Castadors now pulled on out. Another skirmisher variant. Javier is now able to find opportunity to engage Dragoons. Dragoons are trying to engage in melee. Pyrrhic victory, whoever wins. Both sides losing quite a bit here. Militia now being brought on forward. And now Blue's trying to fall back. We got a number of halberdiers on the build queue, but right now on a single queue. He may be able to get out a second barracks current rate. More skirmishers, more villagers here. Portuguese going for another round of villagers. Both sides may want to cool off on the military aggression because both sides are losing quite a bit of military. A number of musketeers here. Unupgraded musketeers. Trying to torch down the outpost. Veteran halberdiers, you have 36 siege. Unveteran musketeers have 20. More organ guns being pulled on the field.
Votre ordre.
Prêt.
Got a priest here getting some good healing. Barracks gonna get torched down there. Mostly a large number of halberdiers, which will be countered off by the skirmishers. Organ guns, however, will be very good. He's going to have to really play around that one organ gun to engage all those skirmishers.
Bonjour.
Another stable going on up. That makes stable number 2, so he has 2 stables, 2 barracks. And the Portuguese players does have a second stable back here. One, or not stable, barracks. More veteran cuirassiers. He has a good number of halberdiers to engage them. Dragoon combat may be useful, but it will help engage the skirmishers as well as the dragoons, not exactly those cuirassiers. Possible improves the hit points and damage all Portuguese melee units, so make your Hussar, pikemen, and halberdiers better. And also set spies attack to 15 in whatever land row is. French outpost here. We've got another French town center being blown on out, and we've now got the barracks being torched on down. Cavalry shipment has brought on in, not sure from who though. Cavalry combat shipment, so that was the French, so now the French cavalry a little bit charged up. More health and damage. Town center will get torched down by the halberdiers. Looks like it may have been cancelled there. I don't think it was destroyed. Villagers here trying to fall back. He may not have access to conscription. Yeah, town militia has not been researched. Skirmishers engaging, halberdiers getting some of the cavalry. Now the halberdiers need to start hitting this cavalry over here. Skirmishers and musketeers have to shoot anything they can. Organ guns trying to get overran. Halberdiers trying to come over here to respawn. Start engaged there. Explorer does go down. Skirmishers push way forward. And it looks like all the organ guns have gone down, and 1 pike or halberdier remains. This army here will be cleaned on up. Town center firing some shots away, has 90 attack. Could use town militia there to improve his damage, as we'll have access to conscription. I don't think he's able to stop this town center from being raised. He does have a small army here. The villagers are maybe dead. Dragons push right forward to pick out the opposing dragoons, so skirmishers are the counter to dragoons. He does save the town center for now. Now got the town militia not being researched. And he will have 3 sets of conscription he can bring on in, but needs more coin for that. It's what, 450 coin? Gets a good volley there on the villagers, getting good group them down, but all the organ guns will go down. Does not hit any of the skirmishers there. More skirmishers are being pumped on out. These villagers just may want to evacuate, get out of the area, because I don't think it's going to stay alive in this area. Skirmishers do gun down 1 villager, going to be hitting some others. Villagers are going down there, and the rest of these villagers are going down as well. Town center is now destroyed. We got some docks out here. Maybe for the whale. There are 5 whale deposits out of sea, so may not want to go more than 20 fishing boats. Maybe designed to get some food. He does not have enough wood to really support all these docks. He has 3 docks. That's going to be a large amount of wood income. And Blues is casting GG now. This is Andgrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Hope enjoy. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the YouTube chat all too much. This game had trouble loading. Looks like it's going to have trouble unloading, and I believe I need to restart the game in order to help prevent that sound bug. Sorry about that. Long story short, it's an old sound bug even from before Definitive Edition, where sometimes the sound decides to stop playing. The only way I know how to fix that is to relaunch the game. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another H-Bars 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the red Iroquois, we have Robin 7772968. Spawn on the left side as the blue Aztec, we have Ali's Kebab. Something I do want to point out is when it comes to the Aztecs, in my opinion, it's best not to convert any of the locals. You should kill them. The double experience aura for the Aztec is incredibly powerful. So the War Priest is going to stay back at home for now until the community plaza is built. And he's immediately going for a whole bunch of wood here. He has one villager on food, 4 villagers on wood. In fact, the one villager on food is so far not collecting up any sort of food. Let's just use the herd. There's going to go heavy in wood here, so let's keep an eye what the Aztec is doing with all that wood. He's going for a trading post down here, so he's going for some shipment-based stuff. And his opponent has not selected a deck. When it comes to the natives on the map, there is the Udasa Temple, which do give some chakram throwers. And that is the same for both of them. There are 3 trading posts down here. Eagle Scout spots the kitty cat. And we do have the Lord Chief, a Whip Poor Will. Aztec does get the kill, and Aztec should be able to pick this up. No stealing. Oh yeah, on this map, both players do start off a wood grove rickshaw. So both players have access to a decent amount of wood, and the Iroquois has the deck. 1v1. Villagers wood coin, all resources, Annas, tomahawks, war hut warrior attack, war hut hit points, conservative tactics, companion horsemen, all resources, forest prowlers, war hut warrior combat, musket riders, canyon horsemen, cavalry hit points, cavalry damage, agrarian ways, renegade French, infinite all resources, musket riders, light cannon, and renegade French. The Aztecs do have land wood. We saw him heavily going for a good large amount of wood there. Killing off some of the lemurs or monkeys. Down for villagers, carrying the calendar ceremony, column clock, however you pronounce that, villagers, wood, all coin, infinite coin, Warrior Priest, Coyote Runner Tactics, Puma Spearmen, Slingers, Mayan Allies, Villagers, Wood, Coyote Runners, Slingers, Jaguar Prowler Knights, Arrow Knights, Aztec Mining, Temple, Coyote Temple, Villager Temple, Prowler Knight Temple, Slinger Combat, and Knight Combat.
Commence.
And we do have the Travis now pulling out a war hut here in the middle of the map. The Aztec player does have a shipment available. He does spot the war hut there. Maybe a good idea to get a bit of food to go for the big button and maybe bring in a shipment of some help engage it. If he goes for a bit more coin, the 11 Mayan allies wouldn't be half bad. Slingers are an archaic crossbow variant or skirmisher variant, however you want to view it. Light infantry. So it won't be good at torching out war huts. So pikemen or pumas will have good torch damage. He is going to go for the warrior priests. There's this Woodgrove rickshaw. He has a yak here. But yeah, was there like a handful of yaks on this map? Maybe just the one he may have got from a treasure. Now it does have a warhead here in defense position, going for some coyote runners. His opponent has one horseman. Relatively equal there. He's going for some tomahawks, some puma spearmen maybe in order to help engage the horsemen. The Jaguar Prowler Knight big button could be also useful, as they also do bonus damage to heavy infantry as well. Market's now pulled on the field. War Chief and the Coyote is now engaging. Tomahawks do find a villager there. Will tomahawk his face. Does Wild Warrior here. He has activate the warrior dance, giving a handful of free warriors. There are the militia for the natives. Eagle Scout does go down there. They are a ranged unit with 20 damage, 12 range, and they are classified as range infantry, and land military, not as light nor heavy infantry. Skirmishers now being brought on in. You may want to save up, like I said beforehand, a bit of food for the big button. Now he's going to resume his new warrior priests. He has so far didn't I think task a couple villagers there onto the community plaza there to get more warrior priests. It will take a bit of time for warrior priests to be redeployed. Horsemen now engaged in the trading post. He doesn't have any Puma Spearmen to engage the horsemen, so it won't be a pretty engagement here. Slingers do have pretty good rate of fire. So they're a decent skirmisher in age 2. And pretty cheap as well. Slingers will be effective versus the tomahawks, being classified as heavy infantry. We've got a second war hut being put out here. It'll take a bit of time to be built. The Iroquois is designed for more villagers, not aiming for any more aggressive units. Now it's going for a shipment of his other slingers. These two cards are pretty good cards. They give him up to 17 extra slingers, which is quite significant. He has to put the Mogno Grove, which will give as a 5,000 wood deposit. I do believe it gets collected the same rate. Yep, doesn't get collected any faster. Right now he's up to 8 warrior priests. You can probably leave warrior priest number 10 for the calendar ceremony. We got 2 war huts here, rotated sideways. Also got a corral here, rotated sideways as well. It's just weird. It's just sideways. Definitely heresy. Best purge it with fire. Got more coyote runners here. Got a good number of them. Tomahawks will do bonus damage versus hand shocks as that. Got these villagers here. Don't get hit. The coyote runners going to overrun the Tiny Horsemen. He has used the big button for the Jaguar Prowler Knights, probably. Skirmishers trying to push the way forward. Slingers gain some damage there onto these Tomahawks. You have melee attack speed, dealing 9 damage times 2, so 18 damage. Some damage to the Tomahawk, but twice attack speed. Contain dogs now being researched. The big button for 4 Jaguar Prowler Knights is going to be very handy. Be effective versus all this composition. Some early knights. And there's the Wood Grove Rickshaw there. Bit foolishly thrown away there. Got a Shim of Puma Spearman there. The big button has been put on the field as well, so he has an adequate amount of anti-cav. 6 Pumas. 4 Prowler Knights. And that's also a good amount of torch damage as well. Jaguar Prowler Knights who have good torches like the Puma Spearmen. Got these forces trying to push their way forward. Need some damage. Those Puma Spearmen and Jaguar Prowler Knights may just want to decide to start torching down this war hut. It has a ×2 or maybe in ×3 aura capability. It has a kill bounty of 100. So I guess we'll find out soon enough. It only has a ×2, gaining 200 experience from that. Slingers just need to make sure they hit the Tomahawks. Got the Jaguar Prowler Knights and Puma Spearmen trying to focus on the cavalry. Jaguar Prowler Knights can also hit the Tomahawks for bonus damage as well. Now, Horsemen trying to push their way to the Slingers. Got a Slinger going down there. More Coyotes push their way forward. Horsemen getting overran, and looks like the Aztec just simply had too many Coyote runners. Coyotes in this situation was not really useful. And these Horsemen are able to push forward, and looks like the Aztec player does back the game now. A little bit early, I would say, but either way, this is great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And I probably have time for one more replay tonight. This game's loading so slow today. Also, there's a 2v2. And of course, there's that bug where it changes the scroll speed. There we go, much better. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay, or 3 replay. Spawn as the right side as the Blue Dutch, we have General Spades. As the yellow British, we have Stefan Suden. On the left side as the red Maltese, we have KK Dubs 2. And as the magenta Portuguese, we have Rogue Patriot. 2v2. Interesting how this goes. The Dutch may just want to hole in, just sort of sit back and boom up. While the Brit could be the aggressive defense. Portuguese tend to sit back and boom up, and the Maltese tend to get better later on as well. So the only civilization you see being super aggressive right now is probably the Brits, but that can also be changed because they also have a boom of a manor boom, so they could all just boom up. This game is ripe for that. We do have a trade post going on up and a trade post going on up. Local doggos going down, which will surrender 35 wood to him. He just sold out dog's life savings of wood. Coordinate is the map. There's also the House of Oldenburg, which can give you out some royal huntsmen, as well as some northern musketeers, which are solely food based. And the House of Vaza, which can give you out some royal arquebuses and winged hussars. Wait long enough, you'll get the villagers gather rate 25% faster, and trickle 10% faster can be very useful for the Dutch. So maybe you should eye for the House of Vaza, which is right next to him. No, that's the Brits. And the other big button is, of course, a hot air balloon, which is not half bad. UV2 L Musk. Team Musk. Presidio FE Land. So he's going for Federitas, looks like. In economic theory. While the Dutch are eyeing for Madonna. Well, I just mass banks, because I see the increased banks. So the Maltese and the Brits are aiming for musketeers. Granted, the Dutch can get one of the Blue Guard musketeers as well, potentially. Let's see. See the card for that. What's the Portuguese? I always forget which ones. I always get those two mixed up. Magenta has pinged here. And Deserter Pikemen will be killed off by this lady. Philosopher Prince, which will give another town center, quartermaster, a governor. He does have access to German tongue as well. I'm feeling all players are going to just boom up. Yeah, Virginian Company, yeah, all players are just going to boom up. So let's just go to fast forward for the time frame then. Keep an eye on any sort of military structures. We got a bank there. Out damming. Market here. You monster. And just houses here. Outpost wagon going on up. We do now have a field hospital.
Ready.
Outpost wagon for the Brits. And I'm gonna put right next to this forward barracks. So it looks like blue or yellow is eyeing for some aggression with some musketeers potentially. Got a wave of musketeers from point of field. He does have access to the Scots Guards and Team Grenadier Guards. And overall, looks like pretty standard deck for 1v1s. Even though it says Team Musk, the only team card he has is Team Grenadier Guards. Now bring a shipment of musketeers as well, so this will bring up his musketeer count up to 12, looks like, along with this guy here.
I am sorely grieved. I may not steer it. Ready.
That audio line was definitely a bit more generic for somebody getting knocked out.
Yes.
We've got a number of symbols moving forward, which are a musketeer variant. Of course, it is 2 population and can construct some buildings. They're more of a defensive unit. And they can create those defenses. So there also could be a siege camp unit. Musketeers push way forward. Villager will get gunned down there. The Portuguese. Let's see what the Portuguese eyeing. Age 3, the exiled prince. One of the musketeers do get gunned down there. Does he have... He does not have town militia. He collects a bit more food. He could potentially bring on 2 waves of militia. Fletcher does get hit there, but now both Councilstone is fine. This one's not at max damage, however. This one could abandon. His teammates bring over some Sentinels. He does get the improved capability near his teammate structures as well. This is good number of Sentinels there. Should be able to defeat the Musketeers. These Musketeers are just trying to run away. This one does get gunned down. And now the Brit is eyeing for a shipment of longbows as well as some more Musketeers. Suriname doesn't have a whole lot of resources stockpiled up. The Portuguese even less so. The Dutch is almost age 3. The Portuguese player is already age 3. Yes, he's going for the Exile Prince as well. The Maltese player is going for a large number of research.
Come on.
There's the Explorer there, shooting some of these civilians. They're just trying to harvest the megafauna known as moose. Good number of Musketeers push away forward. We'll be able to torch down the trading post, no problem. Squad here, still firing away. Now I got the Sentinels push away forward. This is a structure for him to... it doesn't get the air structure benefits there. I don't see the aura effect on their feet. And this is Army 21 versus Army of 30. The Longbones are a counter, but they're only here in small enough numbers. These guys have 180 health at the moment, while the Musketeers only have 150. Both players are age 2. Now there's a wave of root gear here to support out, but these Sentinels will do just fine versus them. Albeit they're a little bit outnumbered. Got a depot here. Wait. Okay, that's not a Calico. Not sure what type of farm that is. That's definitely a weird looking firearm. Almost looks like Calico. Looks like a Calico. Outpost is starting to be torched down by the villagers. It's now been set ablaze. It's going to explode. The villagers took minimal damage there. Do depots explode? Yeah, they do 50% less damage versus villagers. I'm not sure why he's going for depots against villagers. They won't. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage to them. Over here, got yellow push way forward, taking out some sentinels, and got root here to support him. Villager gets gunned down as well. Routier, so push way forward, has a number of supporting veteran skirmishers. Skirmishers, of course, good versus sentinels, being heavy infantry. Sentinels getting overran. The Portuguese player, what is the Portuguese player doing? Don't see much from him. Going straight for H4, and that will probably lose him game. He's trying to hold on, has brought some more militia and more of the sentinels. Maltese players now bringing some flamethrowers. Age 2 flamethrowers, which gives him one fountain wagon, gives him improved fire thrower, naval flamethrower attack. But he won't have any flamethrowers. Now bringing the shipment of the Hanover allies, giving some Toponkov Hussars. He still needs support. Where is his teammate? His teammate has no shipment available. Organ guns are somewhere. His organ guns may be dead. Or maybe it's grayed out because it's, yeah, it was grayed out because he didn't have enough population space. Outpost will go down. Also on his side, 5 villagers side. Maltese player has 19 villagers, so 25% of them are currently not collecting. Organ gun shipment on the way. He needs to bring them over here to support his teammate. They would do some good work, but maybe a little bit too late. Bring some cost servers as well. A skirmisher with more of a value cost similar to musketeers. Same cost scheme. Tycoon does give him another covered wagon. Skirmishers don't have great siege damage. Musketeers do have okay siege damage, but right now they're still H2 musketeers. Organ guns now deployed on out. Got a nice. There's the Totenkopf Hussars, which I believe are a native unit. Yep, native warrior. And now the symbols will be going down. I was trying to torch down this town center. There's the Cossadors pushing forward. And there's the Organ guns annihilating a group of skirmishers. He's not going to get the town center, so Organ guns will arrive in time. With a wave of sentinels there. The Maltese player did take quite a bit of damage there, but has plenty of housing space and has plenty of food. He needs to ask these villagers on nearby coin deposits, just send them over here. He can probably forgo collecting all food for now. Jerusalem get returns with resources per unit you've... Let's see, what was that again? Returns with wood and coin for each unit you have lost so far. Not bad. So far he has got 1,000 out of the 1,500 maximum. And adds the 500 straight into the inventory. Not bad. Immediately is going to spin on the age up. Going for the bishop will allow him to move diagonally a little bit better. Yellow still has an army on the field. Yellowstone age 2. Let's see what he's thinking. He's seeing the bishop as well, so he can too move diagonally better. And going for a very fine coat. Got trio of Torades, the Portuguese church improvements. The Portuguese does have 3 town centers at the moment. Now going for the Orden Sagia from the church. I'm not exactly sure what it does. Let's see what it does. I'm not sure what that did. And now he's bringing in the Ordnance Rifleman. Ah, that's maybe what it is. Whoa, that's cheap. It must upgrade his crossbows to Ordnance Rifleman, and that is 30-30. That is dirt cheap. So upgraded his crossbows to that, I believe. They have 25 damage. They have 25 damage. That for 30-30. They are... That seems actually pretty good, actually. They have 25 damage, 16 range for 60 resources. That's actually pretty good. Got these Hussars now push way forward to engage. These guys, of course, a skirmisher variant, so they do less damage versus a heavy cav. So some of these villagers may go down. Looks like all the other Maltese and the Brits have both aged up now. More hospital sentinels there. More Hussars. This time with veteran Hussars research as well. Let's see, how many banks does the Dutch have? I haven't seen a whole lot from the Dutch. These wild skirmishers. Going to very research, going for our team infantry hit points with along the team infantry guard musketeers. This could make their musketeers very good. Place the British musketeers. The Brit may want to go for our team grenadier guards really soon. That would give them up to plus 15% hit points. Ordnance pikemen push way forward. Looks like they're still standard pikemen. Hussars push way forward. Sentinels trying to engage. They need to engage him. Melee hit the Hussars. Let's just push way forward. Looks like all the organ guns do go down. So it's gonna have the Ordnance Riflemen, which should do great for the Musketeers. And they're age 2 still. These guys look like age 4 variants. Maybe just age 3 variants. Hussars starting to get gunned down. Sentinels trying to pursue them. We got a good number of these forces here. Villagers falling back there. More Ordnance Riflemen there. They still have trouble with the Hussars. Sentinels trying to stop those Hussars there. Skirmishers here in good numbers. Ordnance Riflemen here in good numbers as well. More Hussars trying to way forward. At this point in time, they need to get some Dragoons. More Ordnance Riflemen on field, but the Portuguese player has a massive amount of resources. I'm not sure where he got it all. Right now, these guys have 160 health, 25 damage versus 162 health and 18 damage. So the Ordnance Riflemen are better. Though the veteran skirmishers do have a bit more range resist. As always, push forward. Sentinels being shown forward. More of the veteran Hussars just streaming on in. The Portuguese player does have a factor on the field. Maybe a good idea to produce heavy cannon. I've always said I'm biased towards heavy cannon as well. It looks like the Portuguese player has held more Ordnance Riflemen there. Now we got some Ordnance Pikemen on the field. There's a shipment of heavy cannon as well. Speaking of heavy cannon. Got quite a bit of number of proxy structures here. Water power there. He's going for factory wood, which I think this improves wood production, right? Yes, it does. So he's eyeing for just factory-based wood collection. So he sent a whole lot of number of villagers on wood. I'm not sure what he's eyeing at the moment. Got the robber barons now being put on the field. He's eyeing something heavy wood. I'm not sure what though. Spent a whole lot of it. I'm not sure where all of this wood is going. He had a whole bunch of it and he spent it all, but I don't see any research along with it. Heavy cannons push way forward. Heavy cannons needs to start focusing on those falconets. Hussars trying to overrun the heavy cannon. One heavy cannon does go down. Ordnance Riflemen push forward. Sentinels in the back line. One heavy cannon remains. Doesn't get shot there, but there's a large number of falconets here. That will rip apart these Ordnance Riflemen, no problem. They are dirt cheap. Now got the Lancers. Order Lancers have pushed forward and overrun the siege weapons. It will be effective versus everything here, barring the route here. The problem is, they're just not here in large enough numbers. His Ordnance Riflemen's teammates push way forward. Get some hits there. Second factory is to pull on the field. He needs to pull out more stuff. More Ordnance Riflemen. Maybe get out some Culverins. Just something. He's bringing out a big shipment of Culverins. Ordnance Riflemen are dirt cheap. Just pulling out a constant number of them wouldn't be half bad. He does have access to conscription. Maybe a good idea to start pulling out conscription. And there's some town militia inscription there. One town center does go down. He can be just fine. He has plenty of wood to get it replaced if he ever wants it gets replaced. More Ordnance Rifle squad pushing forward. Villagers taking some hits there. There's a good number of falconets. His teammate needs to bring in more Lancers to engage them, or Hussars. Lancers do. And there's Culverins. Perfect. One falconet goes down pretty quickly. Got Dutch villagers push way forward. That must be a missed rally. Another falconet goes down. Order Lancers push way forward. If they just hit the infantry, they'll be just fine. It also interrupts the movement of those Culverin or falconets. More falconets being put on the field. These good hits there. Multiple falconets going down there. Order Lancers. Of course, a cavalry skirmishers do less damage versus that. A couple more falconets there. Culverins here in good numbers. Maybe just stick behind the firing line of the houses. And since drag a route here are a light cavalry, these guys will do bonus damage versus them as well. The Portuguese has held. He has quite a bit of wood here. There has to be some sort of church upgrade I'm not aware of. That's why he's going for so much wood. We got now more covered wagons. This will improve his building of covered wagons by 2. Go for forts. I don't see anything here that will say convert wood into anything.
sinto mais forte.
So there must be some other church upgrade that costs a lot of wood they stored up for. He's now switching over to steam powered. He's also going to switch to coin production now. Let's see, what is his teammates doing? Dutch is eyeing for Age 4, the Logician, the Maltese eyeing for more Order Lancers, which are actually doing pretty good. The British signed for a fort, and so Age 3 as well. And now the Portuguese eyeing for his own fort. More Ordnance riflemen there. Got some Ordnance and pikemen here as well. More Ordnance riflemen. They are dirt cheap. I say spam them out. He does need more food collection. His factories are providing this coin. I also think he should. I'm biased towards heavy cannon, so maybe heavy cannon wouldn't be half bad.
Já me sinto mais
Root here are pretty low health. They're one population dragoon. All everyone's trying to push their way forward. You hit those falconets. Order Lancers now engaging here. There's a number of musketeers here. They both have equal bonus damage to each other. And now I've got a fort wagon there. Needs to fall back. More Ordnance rifle there. Culverins have no more targets other than just other regular stuff. Hussars still here in good numbers. Trying to go for more Ordnance pikemen. Ordnance riflemen and Ordnance pikemen both cost wood.
See?
And now the Hussars push way forward. His teammate needs to send out some support to him. And now do you have the fast production speed there? Going for the Order, the Tower, and the Sword. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's another church upgrade. Guys, I'll have to wait and see. Does give him a big number of Order Knights. They are a light cavalry with 40 damage and good multipliers versus heavy. Howdy. Ordnance pikemen gains good damage on the Hussars. Ordnance riflemen needs to start focusing on the Routier.
See?
Order Knights pushing forward. They do have 6 on health, so they're pretty heavy Dragoon variant with good range or melee armor. More Order Lancers now being deployed on the field. Ordnance Riflemen taking some hits there. Order Lancers push way forward, but that's good number of Hussars. Order Lancers will lose 1v1 versus veteran Hussars. More Ordnance Rifleman squad being pulled on out. There's some fire throws there. They do less damage versus heavy cav. They will be very effective versus skirmishers. They will actually do less damage versus heavy infantry. Overall, I think the fire throwers are not very good at this moment. Hopefully, he has something else to go along with them. Ordnance riflemen just need to start hitting those root here. There's the flamethrowers. Flamethrowers, I don't know what the damage output's like. Order Lancers push right forward. Fire throwers are going down. A number of veteran musketeers here. See, what is the Maltese? What can he get? He can get noob tubes for them, which are very good. However, he's not age 4 yet. We got a fort here. We've got a number of red Maltese villagers here making their way somewhere. There's some moose here for him to claim. Some meese. Who has a bit of army? Yellow, not so much. Let's see, the Maltese have 49 villagers, the Brits at 93, the Portuguese at 71, the Dutch at 60, which is probably a pop cap for them, and does have, I'm not sure how many banks at the moment, at least 6. He does have both of these here. Let's see, if I click on one, I should be able to... 7 out of 7, so he has all 7 banks. Skirmishers push me forward. Some ordnance rifles are starting to go down. The Maltese villagers are trying to find coin. There's plenty of coin down here. Ordnance rifles are squad push me forward. Got some ordnance pikemen now as well. Order lancers push me forward. Fire throwers. Fire throwers are just not good in this moment in time. Flamethrowers get a bit of damage there. It does do good AoE, good rate of fire. That's about it. Ordnance pikemen have run out of hussars to engage, and now just the ordnance rifleman squad engage the skirmishers. More hussars push forward, and all the pikemen are down. More rifleman squads being pulled on out. Hussars now engaging. Got some mortars here. That is a poorly timed. He needs falconets. Just has one factor in the field. More order lancers being pulled out. Bridge time for more hussars, which are doing quite well. And the Portuguese are trying to pull out everything. Villagers, ordnance riflemen, ordnance pikemen, some armory upgrades. I wonder how many towns it is. Well, he must have quite a bit of Federitas. He has 6 towns in the field, so each one does provide 1 resource per second, which will provide basically 1/3 the value of a bank.
Sim.
Orders to find a volley there. Hussars slowly being picked off. Routier now trying to engage some mortars in melee or in range. They're in our carbine Routier, but they will get countered by the ordnance riflemen. We've got a good number of forces still here, skirmishers. More ordnance rifleman squads push way forward. Looks like the Dutch sent gold to the Brits. Some of the mortars have gone down, but some are still alive. They don't do great fire support against infantry, so focusing them down like that's not really critical. Now I've got order lancers pushing way forward over here. Couple longbowmen push way forward. Order lancers now find opportunity to engage. Now I've got some more route here to engage the order lancers. The Portuguese economy, he's now going for... I'm trying to read that. The Revolts, which I think is an upgrade for his organ guns. If I remember correctly. There we go. Oh, yep, upgrade for the organ guns. Hussars push way forward. He does have some ordnance pike in the case them. He may lose some of the organ guns, but he does lose the hussars. And some organ guns will stay alive. He does have some mortars here, more ordnance units. And pikemen do have good siege attacks, so they can be useful against the structures. Organ guns need to start being attacked, move over this direction. Pikemen being gunned down. Revolquins gain some good damage there, or Revolves. Pikemen push right forward. Engage the hussars. This organ gun will go down there. Still 3 remaining. Mortar still push way forward. Does have some nearby veteran sentinels here. More mortars running on it. Does take out the stable there. What is the Maltese player even doing? I'm gonna be blunt and honest. The Dutch player, or the Portuguese player, is carrying all the way in this game. The Maltese player is starting to age up. Going for the Pope. This is where he gets some good cards to bring in. The rockets upgrade for the fire throwers to actually make them very useful versus skirmishers. Because the rocket attack will do bonus damage versus all infantry. For the same DPS as their closer range attack. Flint rockets give sentinels a rocket as well. Charge attack. Some noob tubes. And then it can also go for the French tongue for the Germandes, which may be very good in this situation, and the Russian tongue. Or Chimix. I'm not familiar with, can't remember those well off the top of my head. Or is those the Cossack variant? I think that's like the Hussar variant. Sentinels push way forward. He's going for a factory wagon. Got a good number of culverins here. One mortar remains. Going for more ordnance pikemen will be very useful against these structures. We do have these forcing out push forward along with the veteran sentinels. And got a number of rockets here being plotted by the Brits. But they were unsuccessful. Even plotted by that outpost as a shipment. The rest of these siege equipments are being overran. Now bringing the French tongue. Germandes, the Cuirassiers would be pretty good. Got a couple villagers here shooting away. Apparently a spear is better than a gun. Longbows as well. The proxy area is starting to get overran. Maltese player has a small amount of units here. Ordnance pikemen gets good damage. The veteran sentinels only have 21 attack. They better just shoot stuff. Pikemen are better to torch stuff. Decent food trickle, as well as a bit more food gathering rate. Not bad. I've got a good number of falconets now plotting out for the Dutch. All players at age 4. That is a good number of ordnance pikemen to overrun the structures. They will be vulnerable to the skirmishers, however, and to cannon. But then again, what's not vulnerable to 10 cannon? I've got some ordnance Cuirassiers pushing forward. They can do some great work over here for the routier engaging. Longbowmen gain some hits, but nothing too significant. Falconets now getting overran, but they're here in small number, so it does give the ordnance riflemen some time to get some damage. They're getting some great work done, however. All the Maltese shipment bonuses, all the falconets do go down there, so they did much better than expected. All the Maltese shipments there, basically making them have plus 50% health and damage at the moment. Going for more order Cuirassiers. Now we've got the organ guns before. They should annihilate this formation. Francis hits there, but got a good number of culverins taking out the organ guns. Ordnance riflemen, their siege attack is 12, so pathetically bad. Especially for an age 4 unit. I think even crossbows this age will do more damage. Not by much, though. More ordnance pikemen, more ordnance riflemen. Maltese player may just want to go for, instead of a factory producing coin, may just want eye for a factory producing cannon. Red's eyeing for more grenadiers, or not grenadiers, musketeers, which will be countered by the ordnance pikemen, or not pikemen, riflemen. We got some heavy cannon and some falconets pushing forward that will annihilate this formation. Got mortars now. Just switch out the mortars for the culverins. Once the mortars do get completed out. Nope.
Sing.
Now we got the culverin guard culverins. More skirmishers, more routier for the Dutch. The Maltese eyeing for more villagers. Let's see, you got a second town center. Bring in some various plantation research and mills. And now it looks like they're going to just attack the Maltese. They notice that the Maltese player has not been that all aggressive, which makes them believe, hey, he's probably a weaker target. Which they're not entirely wrong this moment. Got quite a bit of force here. Hussars, musketeers, longbow, skirmishers, routier, cannon of all sorts. So this is a sizable army there. This is a command post, not a factory. That's another command post, not a factory. The cavalry's push way forward. Ordnance, he's just trying to let his culverins take out the falconets. Gains good damage there. Needs to focus on the heavy cannon first, probably. Ordnance riflemen going to be overrun by the hussars. Hussars trying to overrun the the artillery. Got some ordnance pikemen hitting the hussars now. Listen, most of the artillery have gone down. He needs to focus down that heavy cannon. Still got 2 heavy cannon there. Culverins getting overran. There's still a pair here. Annihilates all the ordnance riflemen. All the culverins have gone down. More ordnance pikemen push way forward. Ordnance rifle squads as well. Oliver's just hitting various stuff. Multiplayer's designed for more cavalry. He has plenty of food and wood. He can just go for a bunch of crossbows and pikemen of his own. There's something at this point in time. He doesn't have a whole lot of gold. He doesn't even have all the housing for population space. More musketeers now being pulled on out. Portuguese player has somehow even more food at the moment, and his production speed's absurd. Not sure where the barracks are. Oh, that's what the... That is a massive threat there. They may just want to push forward and reinforcements hit whatever backs here. We do have one of the Dutch factories going down. He's going to torch down the other one. Lose falling back, which will give them some breathing room. The cannons should probably just stay back here. Was there a third factory? Am I stupid? One that must have been yellows, not blues. There goes another factory. There goes all those factories of region. Yellow still has a factory over here. And right now the Dutch has a massive reserve of resources. Now bring in some other research, rural mint, villagers, and all that sort. Falcon has to go over down. It's a good number of pikemen right there. Yellow's still torching down Zolars himself. He's trying to bring... Red's trying to bring in some of these the Cuirassiers, but these are musketeers. They will do good work versus those cavalry units. Pikemen will go down here. Let's see, is there any more? Yep, right there. He probably should have let those pikemen die and not draw all the force over here. I see him building armies somewhere. I'm not sure where though. They'll just moving around. They'll still torch down stuff. There's where the ordnance riflemen are coming in. Actually, enough ordnance riflemen to finish off the area. This barracks has been cleaned on up. Villagers escaping on out. So, losing those factories was a big blow. Portuguese player still have a massive reserve of resources. He's a little bit low on wood. He may need to switch his factories down to wood production now. He has a handful of idle villagers. Ordnance rifle squads push forward. They're getting annihilated by the cannon. The Portuguese player, or the Dutch player, does have quite a bit of food and gold. The Maltese has plenty of food and a bit of wood to work with. And the Brit has plenty of food, wood, and gold. The Portuguese player may want Eye to age up. He has actually enough resources to age up to age 5. Which I think is a bit of an oversight on his fault, in his area. He could try a revolt. I'm not sure there's anything that's useful for revolting to. I don't really know Portuguese revolt destinations, honestly. Some walls going up over here. Portuguese has 6 town centers. And there's H5. He's going for the El Presidente. I have no idea what that does. It'll probably give him... I'm not sure what it does. It could be anything. It could just make his Explorer immortal. He does go ahead and switch his factories to wood production. He does have plenty of food and gold, so maybe he doesn't have to build out ordnance units, which have been quite good, honestly. Going for another round of villagers. He can always send his teammate 10,000 food, and right now the Maltese player has too much mills. He's more estates, plantations. The Dutch is also going to age 5, going for the general. And the Brits eyeing to bring in some Veteran Winged Hussars, some native units.
Rideau.
Let's keep an eye on what the El Presidente brings on in. And let's keep an eye on the Ordnance Riflemen as well. See if they get benefits from aging up. They did not get any benefits from aging up. The El Presidente brings in a big pile of coin, looks like. Is that corruption? If the president just gives you a whole bunch of money? Probably corruption. Or a bribe. Portuguese players at pop cap, so he can't destroy or deploy anything from that barracks. These villagers getting gunned down by an outpost. The Maltese right now going for the Russian tongue. We give him access to cheap cavalry. It's going good number of cavalry here. It has a good number of order lancers.
Oui.
The Maltese is also at pop cap. Needs to build out more housing. Cavalry's push way forward. We'll find a good number of musketeers. Is not what he wants to see. He needs to hit the route here and skirmish first, of course. Alright, push his way forward. Got a good number of culverins here to engage the various cannon. Does fall back the cavalry. Very good. Does get out some Cossadors here as well. Some guard Cossadors. Advanced armory. Portuguese eyeing for the Bastion upgrade. Now this cavalry's trying to engage the skirmishers. There's a better force there. He's getting a good job hitting the various artillery pieces of the culverins. Ordnance riflemen need to start pushing over here. Also, there's of course a skirmisher variant. A number of falconets are still here though. All the cavalry has gone down for red. Magyar Hussars charging all the way forward. They are classified as a native unit. And the Portuguese is low on wood. He's having trouble reproducing the ordnance units. Bringing some customers now. They don't spam out as quickly. And starting to push forward, the Ordnance Pacheco, or Order, or how do you pronounce that? Have excellent siege attacks, so that's what they're good at. They're anti-building and anti-villager unit. If they're able to stick around that area, he will be able to do some good damage. That factory must be destroyed there. If Magenta is able to hold on the Portuguese player, they'll be in great position. I bring in a shipment of Cossadors. I don't think that would be useful. He really should have gone for Dragoon comp. No, he hasn't been building Dragoons. I have no idea what he should build out. Government Wagons is what added +2 Town Centers. I suppose that's what Party is able to get again for going for H5. Right now, he's just getting flooded by a bunch of units. He does have a good reserve of resources. He just needs more wood. Maybe he can stake the gold and purchase some wood to spam out some Ordnance Riflemen. Now got his teammates cavalry push way forward. Red's torching down a good amount of stuff, but those cavalry will be cut up very shortly. He's out Falconet. He has some culverins here, trying to be engaged by some Hussars. He's queued up some more Dragoon. Just get 20 of them queued up at least. Right now, the British economy is getting ripped apart. Dutch economy is fine. Maltese economy is fine. The British economy, appears to be fine. Not going for H5 himself, going for the general. You're now going for a number of Royal Huntsmen. Portuguese are currently not building out anything. Is there some villagers being put on the back line? Did he give up? There's some pikemen there, freshly deployed on out. There we go, now he's queuing up the Cossadors. You should be spamming those guys though. Just focus on numbers, get them rallied to a nearby point if you attack. They do good work with these red coats. And they are just guard variant, not even Imperial. Should have enough resource I got them Imperial. Got some more Ordnance Riflemen also deployed on out. Red's flanking around. Looks like there's also a fort here I haven't realized. Bell's army getting cleaned on up. There's a big wave of these guys now. Warden's pikemen trying to overrun the siege weapons, as well as some his teammates' cavalry. Some of the falconets are going down. One falconet appears to be remaining. We've got another skirmishers here, which is slowly being picked off by the councilors. He crafts bringing a wave of militia. He should also have some prescription available. More routier. Now that some of these are starting to torch this down, but skirmishers don't have great torch damage. More Cossadors there. Now going for another wave of Cossadors. Now he's bringing this conscription. I wonder if he's lagging a little bit and having trouble microing the game. He has 2 shipments available, going for another pair of heavy cannon, which will be very useful against these skirmishers. They're annihilating the skirmishers now. He has plenty of gold there. Got some rockets, British rockets deployed on field. Looks like Magenta may be able to hold, has lost some infrastructure, but nothing that's too expensive. He says the factories and the fort's still alive. He can always rebuild the fort since he has the car that may allow him to build an extra rebuild the forts. Blue's backlines start to be cleaned up. The Portuguese still has plenty of resources to work with. The Dutch has a good amount of food and some gold and coin to work with. Maltese has plenty of food and wood. Going for more of the heavy cavalry. And the British right now has plenty of wood, but not actually a whole lot of food or coin. So they have held the line, will be forced to put it back. Well, the Maltese player is not aged up. They find some opportunity here to take out the falconets, some of these skirmishers. Very good. His teammates push away forward for Cossadors, Ordnance Riflemen, Ordnance Pikemen, and Militia. He has 2 heavy cannon here. Bring out some more another musketeers, which only cost food. Now bringing some more covered wagons, improving their building also by 2 as well. Let's see, Portuguese has 74 villagers, the Dutch have 60, the Maltese have 89, the British have 97, so they all have good villager numbers. Maltese cavalry right now, they're getting pretty healthy with all the shipments. What shipments can the Maltese still bring in? He's bringing some refrigeration. Now maybe time for the advanced arsenal, honestly. This would have been useful as well. He has not even gotten German tongue, strangely enough. That's one of the first shipments you're going to get as Maltese, if you have that as available. Now yellow and blue is trying to make their advance once again. This time some rockets there. The British is bringing those rockets through shipments, or that's his only shipment available.
I feel a bit strengthened.
More Redcoats now being pulled on the field. Got some culverins here, and as well as 2 heavy cannon. There's some of the rockets there. There's some walls here, which will constrict some movement. You got some of those falconets there. Massive hit there with the rockets, hitting some of those siege units. Red's cavalry now engaging, getting some good damage there. They're getting pretty heavy at the moment. Good hits down to the lighter force of the Portuguese. Rockets still firing away, getting some great damage. They took out heavy cannon. Still the rocket's still alive. Takes out one of the culverins. Culverin does pick off one of the rockets. Just one rocket remaining. And the last rocket will get killed off by Red, the Maltese. More musketeers being pulled on out. Now bring in the excessive taxation. I'm not sure what that does off the top of my head. All I know is no representation without taxation. More organ guns being shipped on in. Very good. Over here, they're falling back. Got yellow now trying to torch down some of this other stuff. These are just commanderies that tend to be deployed on out.
Sorely grieved. I may not steer it.
Pushing down some of these plantations. Pikemen engaging the Hussars. Very good. Routier still alive. Looks the Hussars hitting the most of the Hussars. Now they've engaged the Routier. Along with the Ordnance Pikemen. Ordnance Spearmen charging way forward, but getting annihilated by the Falconets. Portuguese player does not have any infinite shipment, so he's going to be ever reducing. He has not touched his Dragoon stuff. Not like he really needs to, though. A handful of Dragoons would be useful versus the Imperial Lifeguard. More Ordnance Pikemen there to engage. More Kossars in the way. There's plenty of resources, just streaming in, both sides just streaming reinforcements there. Everybody except for the Maltese, who has so many resources in the bank. I don't know why he's not building anything else. Lifeguard pushing way forward, gets good hits there onto the Cossadors. Lifeguard now overrunning Magento's position, and this is the point where the Portuguese can't 2v1 anymore. More cavalry just being streamed on in. He has now 10 cavalry here, which can be very good. It's basically 30 population worth of cavalry. Against the British Musketeers, won't do all too much. He's now eyeing for H5 of the El Presidente, which will give him a rebate on his coin. Yellow's pushing way forward, Blue's pushing to Magento's base. The British player has two, or going for more shipments. Portuguese has a shipment available. Might as well go for Dragoon. Having trouble remaxing. Has plenty of coin and food for more Cossadors. Villagers now inside the town center, so got quite a bit of defensive fire there. He has plenty of food to work with, so losing that food is not too important. The coin, however, he's going to be rapidly running out of coin. So the townsfolk themselves are providing a decent amount of coin right now, as well as wood. Red's starting to get overran as well. Portuguese player has 2 shipments. That's why I always say you should always have at least 1 infinite shipment, just in case. Maltese still has 2 shipments available. Could have gone for the advanced arsenal. And he has aged up to with El Presidente, so should have a pile of coins somewhere. also has now 3 shipments there available, which you can bring in multiple different stuff. If you need some coin, now's probably a good time to re-get that one, as well as wood. Portuguese players still just holding on. Various arsenal shipments for the British player. Got the various heavy cavalry now engaging the various lifeguard. Dragoon combat for the Portuguese. Dutch design for more skirmishers. The Maltese design for advanced arsenal, and now the palace. Not palace. Church research. Also still firing away. More hussars and various advanced arsenal research for the British, and more musketeers. And now this area is being hit by the natives, which is something that either player could have, all the other players could have got some natives to improve their numbers. Oversight do have a bit of trouble here engaging. The British player has minimal resources compared to other players. The Portuguese is running out of coin. He needs to set these factors from wood to coin at the moment and just not go for ordnance. He needs Caçadores. He has too much food. He needs gold. But at this one time, ordnance riflemen, ordnance Caçadores cost the same amount of wood versus gold, and that's the important part at this moment. Food is not a big problem for him. He also want to push his way forward, overrunning some Red's mills. Some of those units getting caught up on the terrain there. Those Imperial carbines. They have 300 health, which is not bad. Auto Caçadores are not yet Imperial Caçadores. When they are fighting against Imperial Hussars. As well as Imperial Skirmishers. The lack of Imperial Caçadores is what's really also hurting the Portuguese, even though he's 2v1ing. That would have made a huge difference. What is that, plus 50% health and damage? Something significant. Imperial Redcoat's not complete as well. Cavalry now pushing way forward over here. Northern Musketeers are, of course, a Musketeer variant. Right now they're just guard status, which is probably adequate for natives. And the cavalry just getting ripped apart. The lifeguards are doing 63 damage. These Cuirassiers doing 52 with a bit of AoE. I'm sure the health is almost at 900. Or at least I thought I saw one of, yeah, or 900 health there. Magenta's starting to get slowly knocked out of the game. Red's basically out of the game. Magenta will hold. Red, I don't even know what the Maltese player is doing. He has quite a bit of coin right now. Only has 16 villagers on food. And Yellow's just going to be sliming through Red's base, and I don't think Magenta can do a 2v1 anymore. It's fun to get some Imperial upgrades. Grenade launchers for the Brit. That should be very good against these tightly packed groups of units, along with the Falconets. And the Falconets is ripping apart these Ordnance Pikemen. The Falconets should be able to get another good volley there. More Ordnance Pikemen there. And rip apart instantaneously. The Falconets is going down, being focused down by the Ordnance units and the Caçadores. And red is basically gutted. Portuguese player trying to go on Cosmos. He's just learning loan gold and wood. Bringing his various other shipments, just streaming forces all the way forward. Cap one just now been research. And it looks like the Maltese player does back of the game. And there goes the Portuguese player. I'm going to be blunt and honest. The Maltese player failed his teammate. I've probably said it multiple times this game, but it's one of the few times I'm going to say, let's just look at the post game. Military. Maltese player, units, military, 442, 429, raised 4, which is surprising enough. I thought he was a bit more aggressive with those units. Lost 500. Portuguese player, military, 1,800. Killed 1,300. Granted, his units were cheaper, so kill death ratio is probably actually pretty good right there. Raised 12, and units lost nearly 4 times the amount. 747. 232. And this unit was largely countered by this guy here. And his opponent and the other player was getting outrooped here, which also counters this unit. The Lancers probably would have been generally a bit better than the French cavalry. And if he would have gone for more of the Russian cavalry and start hitting their opponent's bases, that would have done quite a bit of damage there. Yep, big difference. So the Dutch, not so much, but then again, that may not count the coin collection there. Could be 500. He wins on that one. Yeah, I'm not sure what else there is to... here we go. Resources. Of course, the Dutch have the most amount of coin. Quite enough, the Portuguese had the least amount of coin. He was relying on much of the ordnance units, so yeah. Free resources. 10,000. He did better than the Dutch? How? He did better than the Dutch in free resources. Unless that counts, that includes a trickle, right? Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Does this include the trickle resources? I don't know. Either way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And I was going to mention, that was going to be my last replay tonight, so everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.